Hello, welcome to another Today's Decay, where we celebrate births and beginnings and everything important since the dawn of time. It is November 25th. We're just going to do this all day. Yeah. Today, in 1904. Today, in 1904, Amelia Reynolds Long was born. Oh, and say, oh, you ripped it. What was this? It was a bunny? It wasn't a turkey, was it? No, it was a dog. You were chewing on a dog. You just ripped off the leg. You got a legged dog in your mouth. Oh, you can't eat that. I'm sorry. Oh. We're just going to put that over here for now. Here, have some more of this guy. There we go. So, right. She was a writer, science fiction writer in the early days of Weird Tales, including wrote the source material for what became the British 50s sci-fi horror film Fiend Without a Face. Forey Ackerman was actually her agent, a literary agent at one point, who we talked about yesterday in great length because it was his birthday. And what I didn't say, but I should have said, was so he gives these guided tours of his house, right? His whole collection. A lifelong collection of monsters and classic Hollywood and science fiction and, you know, all sorts of exciting ways to escape into your imagination and be creative and come up with stuff of your own and learn from others and all this. And he's very often in these guided open house tours every Saturday for 50 plus years. Repeating himself. It's like it's the same series of stories over and over again. I remember he would tell this one story about this little girl who came over one day and sat in the Abraham Lincoln chair. And the amount of times he's told this story over how many different tours, over how many decades, that little girl is probably like, you know, retirement age at this point, or near enough. Yeah, so what am I saying? He's repeating these same wonderful stories over and over again, and it's becoming, the more you do things, it becomes ritualistic, you know? And a lot of where he came from was, or a good deal of his founding years were in the early West Coast occult world, along with Jack Parsons, Kenneth Anger, Anton LaVey, Cameron the Witch, who else? Said Kenneth Anger, Curtis Harrington, that whole crowd of people, you know? So they were all like deciding to make life what they wanted out of it for themselves, really defining your world. But that is like one of the principles of magic, is like chiseling the earth into your own likeness, and in the process becoming your own god. I don't know if that's a little too lofty or not, but there's one person who maybe put like one of the biggest stamps on the entire our entire known existence in a similar way, which would be Albert Einstein, who today in 1915 published his general theory of relativity, which was all about the concepts of gravity bending space-time, and in the process our whole reality as we know it or knew it had to be reevaluated. And that's really exciting. I think, like, you know, what a rock star. Yeah. So anyway, that's it, I guess. What was my point? My point was 4E repeating the same stories over and over again. The neighbors are having a house party. Must be nice. 4E repeating the same stories over and over again for years about Bela Lugosi's ring from the Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, or about meeting Fritz Lang, or whatever it is. You know, all sorts of stories just can become like ingrained in your head, and in the process become iconic. And if you keep repeating them, then like, yeah, this becomes rituals, and you don't need the rituals of others. You need the rituals that connect with you, whatever those happen to be. So in the case of what I'm doing with these videos every day, or pretty much, mostly I'm repeating myself at this point, and I'm fine with that because they're rituals. Hope that makes sense. And even if it doesn't, we are done for today, right? No, you ready for no? Okay, more kisses. More kisses. Thank you. All right, that's it. We're gonna just continue with this. I don't know what's gotten into him. All right, okay, all right, enough. I said enough. Goodbye, till tomorrow.